Hi Boo, this is Allison with Not a Guru for You. What we're going to be talking about today are my favorite low-end or drugstore adjacent products, and what are my favorite mid-range. So this is going to be products that are anywhere between the $12 to $20 range of lip products. It's going to be a pretty tight list. I actually have gone through my entire collection and done a huge declutter. So these are all the items that ended up staying. So the very first thing that we're going to talk about is lip care things, what I think are some good items in order to actually condition your lips. The first one is going to be the Aquaphor. I think this is a really good, solid, dependable, like your best friend from middle school. Like, you don't talk to her a lot, but when you remember your good times together, it was great. This is one of those products that's just dependable. The brand new one that I really love is the NYX Bear With Me. This has cannabis and sativa in it. I don't know what's with the big influx of drug references and drug paraphernalia and culture in makeup products. I don't think the two really go together. I could see if you're coming up with a CBD old line, but this is not it. Anyway, this is their new lip conditioner. It has this beautiful applicator. It's a little stained because I wear everything pink. But it comes out with, this is what I have on top, a really shiny, beautiful balm that wears away after a really long time, actually. It can stay on fairly well for a good solid 2 hours, but for a balm, I won't have to reapply this all day. I actually got this recommendation from a friend of mine. His name is Pete. He said it was a lifesaver. So if there's any dude out there that liners, all that jazz recommendation, I'm going to take the first one seriously. It's real beat up. This old biddy's been with me for like 3 years, and it's still hanging tight. This is going to be Boutique. This is a brand that's going to be at Sally's. If you don't know what Sally's is like an independent beauty shop that has consumer items that they call are for pros, but they're not. So this is going to be Boutique. It's this beautiful dusty rose color. That's actually the name of it. It is a wood pencil, so you can sharpen it, get a really clean edge. What I really like about this particular lip pencil is that it doesn't dry my lips out. I can wear it underneath something, just line my lips, and it looks really beautiful all day. My number one favorite is going to be Wet n Wild, their gel lip liners. Not only are these extremely affordable, I think the Boutique one's only a couple of bucks. The Wet n Wild one is the same, maybe $2. This ends up with this very smooth, very beautiful tone. They're almost the exact same shade. I tend to go pretty busy on the eye looks, so I keep it pretty neutral on the lip. But it goes on so smooth. I have pretty dehydrated lips. I have pretty dehydrated skin, so I'm constantly applying, I'm constantly touching up. But what I do think about this is that because I'm not the youngest biddy in the bunch, is that I can do a really beautiful outline, and I don't think that it ages me at all, and it doesn't feather, it doesn't wiggle, it doesn't do anything. It just stays there and lays really, really nicely. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about are bullet lipsticks. I don't have too many of these. I used to have a very big collection. And I used to have L'Oreal and Revlon and all the Maybelline and all the things. But what ended up happening is that I would keep them for 2 years and I wouldn't use them a lot. So I really whittled it down to just a few. Although I got a new one today. So I'll let you know about that one. One brand that I think is drugstore pricing, but isn't necessarily in the drugstore, is going to be ColourPop. I think their pricing is extremely accessible. So this is going to be one of their luxe lipsticks. This is called Still Crazy, which I think is a pretty apropos name for this color and for myself as well. But I bought this one because it's a dupe of one of the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks, and I wasn't about to spend $18 on a lipstick that I had no idea what the consistency was, and I had no idea what kind of lab or, you know, anything about it. It's just a weird indie brand, so I'm not a fan of that. This is a beautiful formula. What this will, it will feather, it will wear away. It's a traditional cream lipstick. What it won't do is dry your lips. It won't make them look old, and it will really stay supple as long as it's on there. And the staying power is not too bad for a cream lipstick. The other one that I do have, this is the Sephora, I believe it's the Oil Stains. This is a really interesting formula. I bought this because it's a dupe of one of my YSL lipsticks that are so expensive. They are $38, which is so much for a lipstick. So what you'll get is this beautiful creamy, and there's oil in this. I mean, it feels emollient. It feels like, you know, it's glossy. It's gonna stay that way. This will stay on for a very long time, which is nice. But what will end up underneath is that I'm gonna get this beautiful stain underneath this juicy, glossy lip. And these are only maybe $10 at best. And not only that, it is a Sephora collection brand. So it's going to be on the way more affordable side of Sephora. And I think this particular formula is beautiful for spring and summer. I do wear it in wintertime. This just ain't the right color. So next, what we're going to talk about are lip glosses. I think this is a thing that I've gotten definitely more into as the time has gone on, and now, you know, these glossy lips have come back. So the very first thing that we're going to talk about is the Makeup Geek Healing Glaze. It's not technically a lipstick and it's not technically a balm, but it's a really good combination of the two. This one is, wow, I need some more coffee. Pink Bubbly. So it's going to be this beautiful pink color. It's tacky without being like sticky and gross. It will wear away the tackiness of it, and then you'll just have really subtle, beautiful, soft lips. So I really like this. This brand, Makeup Geek, you can find at Target. These particular ones you can find in store. So if you want to see the different colors, you definitely can. But I think they have better pricing online. I got a set of 3 of these for $25. So that's much more my speed. The next is going to be the ColourPop So Juicy. This is going to be a gloss that if you want to take a photograph and you want it to look like your lips literally just kissed something wet, this is going to give you that look. It's going to be so intensely glossy without being sticky. It's said to be plumping. It does nothing. I don't think it does any of that. It smells like mint. Woo woo. But this is going to be, what color is this one? I don't know, some regular random pink shade that goes with everything that I own. I don't like the applicator because it's not 1992. I don't want an applicator like this anymore. So if you don't mind this kind of applicator that's not on a doe foot or a stick or something, then you'll be fine. But that's probably, I would say, one of the biggest reasons why I don't reach for this one over my other glosses, because it's messy. And then I end up having to mess up my lip underneath, because most of the time I'm not wearing gloss by itself. And I certainly don't want a sticky gloss. So another one that's going to be at a drugstore is going to be Milani. This is a plumping lip gloss. I don't know why all my lip glosses seem like they're plumping, but I don't generally go for that. I just really have liked them so far. This one is going to be in the color Prismatic Peach. It's a huge doe fit applicator, almost like a concealer. This is a really beautiful color. It has a really good payoff. I'll put it on right now so you can see. It's juicy without being sticky. And this one in particular has like a nice shift of glitter. Not glitter as in like gritty, but it has some subtle glitter in there. So it just fills in all those beautiful lines that everybody has, unless you have filler, which I don't. I'm a normal human being. It plumps just a little bit, but it is beautiful. It's not painful, and it wears fantastic. So here is one of the mid-range ones that I will say is in my collection, but we'll see how long. This is going to be Geoffreys Stars and Shane Dawson's The Gloss. Now, I'm familiar with his formula, but what I would say is that this is $18. And it smells like root beer, which if you're a fan of root beer, this is great. I am not. I'm not a huge heavy scent person. So that's kind of a deterrent. But I think the biggest problem that I have with the gloss is not the gloss itself, it's the applicator. It doesn't get enough gloss on there so that you're like not disrupting what's underneath. So if you're wearing nothing, this is fine. But I can get a gloss for cheaper than this, and I don't have to spend all this money. So we're going to move on to liquid lipsticks, which is my favorite formula out there. These are the number one, I think, that most people wear, or a lot of people wear. The first one is going to be the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. This is in the shade Give Me Mocha. Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite shades. It's a really kind of more like brown neutral nude, but it just stays on. These will dry your lips a little bit, but it's not quite as intense as some other ones that I've had. So for I think these are not $2. These are $5, $6, but most of the time Wet n Wild runs really amazing deals. So you can get one, buy one, get one free, buy one, get one half. You can get some sort of deal on these to make them even more affordable. And I think this formula is fantastic. The staying power, these last through a meal. You may have to reapply if you ate something really oily or something like that, but they hang on there, which I really do like. The mid-range one that I will talk about are the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. Now, these are really beautiful. They are vegan, which is nice. I've gotten one in a BoxyCharm, and then I think I got both in BoxyCharm. I have Lazy Daisy and I have Nude Mood. They're basically the same tone, but they're just a little bit different. These dry down, but not enough to dry out your lips. But these will stay all day, through meals, through everything. They have a really beautiful wand so that it kind of like cups your lips enough, and it has enough of a point that you're able to get the, exterior or line them a little bit. I think the colors are beautiful. These are going to be $18 a piece. What I would do is that these are generally an item that Ulta does for the 21 Days of Beauty. And they do run sales. So they're usually half off. So they're around $9. If you can score this on sale, get them. They are amazing, and their lasting power is just out of this world, and they're comfortable. This was a new one that I actually got. It's a Luster Matte from the Sephora brand. They have like kind of strange doe foot applicators. They're flat, which is a little weird. But this one was actually a really beautiful red shade that I had. And it's matte, but it's not really a matte. Like, it will dry down and have that kind of like not sticky, but it does have a sheen to it. This one I believe I bought on clearance, so I'm not sure if it's available anymore, but it was only $8. So if you can pick up something within the Sephora range, that's gonna be one of their long wear lip colors, I would highly suggest trying it out because they have a pretty good return policy. And then I think the very last thing that I will point out is going to be the Sephora brand. They have lip stains. Now this one is really beautiful. I got it in a sample of red. I don't know why both my Sephora samples are red, but whatever. This is a really beautiful formula. It's their cream lip stain. I believe this is number 1. It just wears so nice. You can eat, go about your life, do whatever you need to do. But ultimately, it's going to leave this beautiful stain afterwards. And I am going to film like a luxury version of this so that you can see what's on the other side of the aisle. But one of my biggest things that you will see in there is that I do love lip stains, especially transformative lip stains. So this is going to be like the mid-range option for it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative about the things that I like and the things that I think are really, phenomenal at the drugstore. You don't have to spend a lot on lips. You can. I do. But you certainly don't have to. So I hope you guys have a good day. Let me know if there's anything down below that you would want to see from me. And thanks.